Hi, Leo. Welcome to Pandora Astrology's monthly horoscope for February of 2020. This month, we've got two planets going retrograde, Mercury, which is happening later in the month, and Juno, an asteroid to do with committed relationships of all kinds, business and pleasure. And Julia is going to tell you what Juno is all about and what it's doing for you this month. Julia?
Okay, so Leo, there's a lot of emphasis on the theme of relationships this month, and when
Mm,
most people think about relationships, they think about Venus,
right.
and that's totally true because Venus shows us how we fall in love and how we express affection. But there's another asteroid called Juno that's also very, very important to understand in terms of relationship because Juno represents what our long-term relationship needs are, which is a little bit of a different function than Venus.
Mm.
And this is particularly important in February because Juno is going to be going retrograde this month. And when any planet or asteroid goes retrograde, it's a time of reviewing, it's a time of reevaluating the themes of whatever that planet or asteroid represents. So first I'll begin with Venus. Venus is going to be entering your ninth house of mind expansion and travel on February 7th. So you could feel like going on an adventure with your sweetheart instead of just cuddling up to the TV. Or, you two might want to learn something new together, which expands your mutual horizons in some way, like listening to a philosophy lecture. Now, Juno is going to be going retrograde on February 8th in your third house of communication. So this may be a time of this may be a time of review in your long-term partnership about what you need in terms of good communication with a partner and able to enjoy a really satisfying and sustaining connection. Like, are you guys communicating well together? And what could change to sort of make it better if you're finding that it's wanting? Now, on February 25th, Venus is going to oppose Juno, and this may bring a bit of tension to your relationship in terms of how well you two communicate together and whether your partner is stimulating your higher mind, which is the ninth house. Do they help you learn and grow intellectually? Do they get you in touch of your sense of adventure? Those could be themes that you're thinking a lot about. Now, I also want to talk about Mars this month because Mars starts the month in your fifth house, and this is the house of games and children. So if you play any games, let's say they're trivia nights or role-playing games or computer games you're into, you might be extra driven to win and more competitive than usual. And if you have children, you may also be a little bit more inclined to have conflict with them, so just be aware of that. Then Mars enters your sixth house of work and routine on February 16th, and you could be extra industrious and hardworking on your job during this transit, and you may feel like initiating some better routines in your life, which might be supportive of your health, or perhaps better organizational systems to get you buttoned up at work. And I know that there's something going on with the moons this month, Jamie, that also has to deal with relationships.
Yeah, I think that the full moon in Leo really plugs into some of the themes that you were talking about for Juno. The moon in Leo, well, it'll be full in Leo, and a full moon is a time when the sun and the moon are opposite to each other, and that tends to bring up a lot of really strong emotions. And for you, Leo, this moon falling in your first house is going to really bring up some of the feelings that you have about being yourself, expressing yourself, being authentic, and just really being that big personality that you are. And that is going to be um, a balancer against how you are in your relationship and possibly how you expect your partner to be to balance your big personality. So when the moon and the sun oppose each other, they're going to do it right around 20 degrees. It's a little hard to see on this chart, but that's how it will happen. And that will form trines and sextiles to Juno. And, um, and that's really where it's going to weave into Juno's relationship retrospective. So right around that full moon, which is happening on the 8th, so basically from the 7th to the 9th, you should find that these themes of um, how is the communication in your relationship? Where is the balance of power in the relationship? Who is getting most of the attention in the relationship? These are the themes that are going to crop up really strong right in those days, and you might, need to do some renegotiating about who is getting the most attention and whether both people's worldviews are being supported in this relationship. Now, further in other topics this month, we have Mercury moving into Pisces, which it does, and I need my glasses for this. On February 3rd, right here, Mercury moves into Pisces. And Mercury's pretty uncomfortable in Pisces because this is the sign opposite to the one it rules. And we talk about this quite a bit in our news video for the month about the new moon in Pisces, because Mercury will go retrograde and also plug into that new moon happening at the end of the month. And so there's this shift over the course of the month from the early part of the month with its strong relationship themes and the light, bright quality of it towards more of a Piscean feel later in the month, where things become a lot more introverted and a lot more muddy and confusing. As Mercury moves into Pisces and turns retrograde during the month, there just becomes this really big theme about clarifying communications, because things are likely to come out garbled, and you may have to think a little bit more clearly about what you're trying to say and listen with better attention so that the other person can feel really heard. So we're going to all need to put in a little bit of extra work around that. And for you, because this is falling in your 8th house of intimacy, probably there are going to be some intimate conversations that crop up, and maybe you don't even expect them. Maybe you don't even see them coming. Maybe it's an old boyfriend or girlfriend that texts you mistakenly out of the blue, triggering a conversation about what really happened in that relationship and why did it end the way that it did, and maybe bringing you guys to a sense of clarity and closure that you could never have happen, that would never have happened any other way. So be open to those kind of conversations, because they can really give you peace of mind and let the past go to rest, and let you lean forward into the future, as you so very much love to do. So let's see, what else did I want to tell you? There is a super fabulous, I want to show you that new moon, and it's happening on February 23rd, right, right here. There's the moon with the sun, and a new moon is always a time of planting new seeds, and those are going to be, new seeds of intimacy. Future possibilities in the realm of intimacy because of what was cleared from the past. So if opportunities come to do that, take them. It's a good idea. And you can find out more about that in our New Moon in Pisces news video in our February 2020 news playlist on our YouTube channel. That will sort of flesh that one out for you a little bit more. So the other thing I want to tell you about is on February 20th, I believe it is, Jupiter sextiles Neptune. And this is going to be so nice, and it's going to last all year. This is just the first pass where Jupiter is connecting with Neptune. And Jupiter is in Capricorn. It's falling in your 6th house. And I probably told you in another video earlier this year about Jupiter being in your, you should check the Jupiter in Capricorn video, which is in our 2020 news playlist, because, wow, for you, Leo, this is going to bring such tremendous luck for you all year in the job arena. If you wanted to expand and grow in your job, if you want a higher pay grade, a promotion, if you want to grow your business, your clientele, your customer base, boy, is this the year to do it. And this transit of Jupiter and Neptune in a sextile is going to help you to do that. So you might also want to check the Jupiter sextile Neptune video, which is going to be in our 2020 news playlist too, because Neptune's capacity for visioning and dreaming is going to be completely supporting all the good efforts that Jupiter in Capricorn will have you putting into your job this year. So there is such great stuff in that for you. And I think that's all we have for you today, Leo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you wanted to have a reading based on all of this, you would probably benefit the most from a lifelong love reading or a blissful union couples reading to help you with that retrospection that is going to be going on in your relationship. Julia is going to be offering a discounted couples reading this month, and you might want to grab that because there really couldn't be a better time. And how can you find that? I'll put a link for it below in the YouTube description. And yeah, have a great month. We'll see you next month and all around the cosmos like we do. Bye-bye, Leo.